Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Good afternoon. Hope I'm live and clearly audible and visible to everyone. So welcome to the second session of Zero to Zenith series for CAT 2023. I welcome you all on behalf of Unacademy, and if you are new to this channel, do subscribe to the Unacademy CAT-alyst channel. You will find loads of content every day by all top faculty of Unacademy, trying in their best possible ways to provide you with the best possible content. So do subscribe to our channel, and you'll find a lot of useful insights from this. Now coming to this session, this is the second part. I have already done the first part of the session, ratio and its applications part 1. So if you have not watched, do watch that. Zero to Zenith series, ratio and its applications part 1. The regular timings of these sessions are 4 p.m. So today we have a session, tomorrow also 4 p.m. Monday to Friday 4 p.m. mostly रहता है the sessions on this ratio and its applications, and then going forward I'll take different series on this. So without further delay, let us start. Good evening, welcome everyone, welcome to the session. The previous session where we understood what is ratio and basic meaning, comparison of ratios, and how do you approach questions. Mostly it was about approaching questions, the very fundamental building block of arithmetic, ratio. And the understanding of ratio will help you sail through a lot of questions in some other chapters also, not just on this chapter. So chalo, let us start. This is just a brief background of mine, and not long back I was like a student, like you are now. I also went through the same process that you are going through. I give the exam myself every year, and the things that I do and it works for me, I try and share the same things in my sessions, and I hope it will benefit you in the same way that it did to me. Now, this is a quick offer announcement before we begin the session. 25% price slash हो रहा है on 12 months and above plus and iconic subscription पे. So you can use my code and get a 25% discount. ठीक है, 12 से लेके 18th November तक ये offer valid है. So you can get a discount on the offer of 25% अभी चल रहा है. And very happy to share these results, CAT 2022 toppers. I become very happy when I see this slide. And I hope all of you take motivation from this. If these people can do it and try and visualize the amount of perseverance and hard work they must have put to arrive at what the scores they have today. So if you try the same thing, be determined, work hard, and do it in a systematic manner, next year you will also be at the same place and be at a very happy and a very optimistic type of a situation. जहाँ पे अच्छा स्कोर आया होगा, you will get calls from multiple IIMs and very good colleges. You will be preparing for interview and you are all set for a very high performing and highly rewarding career going ahead. So you have this 1 year, जो 2023 aspirants हैं, take this as a challenge. 1 year, only 1 year of your life you give to this exam, and the next 30 years you are going to change just for this 1 year. Okay, so take it that seriously. Okay. Didn't I take admission in IIMs? No, at that time I didn't. At that time I didn't because I couldn't convert one of the interviews back then. But you have a chance to do it. Okay. So I graduated from a college XIMB. So that was my background. All right. Unacademy 2023 scholarship test UCST 15th को एंड 29th को. ठीक है, टू लाइक टाइमिंग्स तुम्हारा 12 से 1 बजे 2 दिन में ये स्कॉलरशिप टेस्ट हो रहा है. So if you're planning for to take a subscription, I would advise to give the scholarship test and definitely you will get like discount. Top 100 में अगर आ रहे हो, you can check this out. So if you have subscription plans, I would suggest participate in this. And this is my comprehensive course on arithmetic that I have recently started. Okay, full arithmetic I would be covering in this. Just quick highlights: 39 sessions plus 3 quizzes. Okay, we'll have 4 sessions per week. 4 sessions per week we'll have on this, and in this course I'll cover more than 1500 plus questions. So you would not need anything extra. Any question from any chapter that you need to solve will have everything on this course. So if you just solve these 1500 questions and watch the course and the sessions properly, you would not need anything else. Full end-to-end arithmetic will be covered in this course. So just abhi start हुआ है. So if you are taking a subscription, you can join me for my arithmetic course. चलो, so let us start. Last class हमने ratio पढ़ा था. Let us try and see proportion. What is proportion? Proportion is when you equate ratios. Okay. So when you equate ratios, you get a proportion. Example, A by B is equal to C by D. So I am equating two ratios. So I can write A is to B ratio is in proportion with C is to D. Okay, so this is the sign of proportionality. ये proportionality का symbol है. And then the terms, these have got names also. This is called as the first proportional. This is the second proportional. C is the third proportional and D is the fourth proportional. Kind of very obvious. First proportional, second proportional, third proportional and fourth proportional. So this is the meaning of proportion. Proportion is when you equate ratios, you get a proportion. Now there is something called as continued proportion. एक तो proportion हो गया. Then there is something called as a continued proportion. Now what is a continued proportion? Continued proportion you can get in this way. If A by B, instead of writing it as C by D, I will equate A by B as B by C. A by B, then B by C, then C by D, then D by E, then E by F and so on. Okay. Why is it called continued proportion? Because the second ratio starts from where the first ratio ends. So first ratio का second proportional, तो second ratio वहाँ से start होता है. तो it's like a chain. So that is why it is called as continued proportion. And मान लो उसका मैं पहला दो terms लेता हूँ. So I can write A by B is equal to B by C. Or from this you can write B is equal to square root of AC. This B is called as mean proportional. This B is called as mean proportional. So first proportional, second proportional, third proportional, fourth proportional, this B is called as the mean proportional. Hope this makes sense, all of you. बेसिक मीनिंग इतना है, मतलब दीज आर वेरी फंडामेंटल टॉपिक्स. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत हाई फाई कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ पे एंड जैसे भी हो वो नहीं पता तो क्वेश्चन नहीं कर सकते. वेरी बेसिक थिंग्स दीज आर. जस्ट इफ यू वुड हैव फॉरगॉटन, आई एम रिमाइंडिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स. नेक्स्ट इज ऑपरेशंस ऑन रेशियोज. क्या क्या ऑपरेशंस होते हैं? तो बेसिकली देयर आर 5 बेसिक ऑपरेशंस जो हम रेशियो में करते हैं. तो इफ आई एम टेकिंग A by B is equal to C by D, so my first basic operation is if I add 1 on both sides. So you get A plus B by B is equal to C plus D by D. This operation has got a name also and it is called as componendo. This operation is called as componendo. Similarly, if you subtract 1, A minus B by B, subtract 1 on both sides. So A minus B by B is equal to C minus D by D, and this is called as dividendo. And then if you take the ratio of the first two results, you get A plus B by A minus B is like C plus D by C minus D, and this is componendo and dividendo. Then the fourth result, if you take the reciprocals, B by A is equal to D by C, ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं. This is called as invertendo. And then I can switch places of B and C. B and C का place तुम interchange कर सकते हो. And you will get A by C is equal to B by D. This is called as alternando. The names don't matter, but इतना कुछ difficult भी नहीं है. But these are 5 basic operations that you do on ratios: componendo, dividendo, componendo and dividendo, then invertendo and alternando. 5 basic operations that we do on ratios. ठीक है? Very basic simple things. Maybe you would have forgotten these names. ये schools में ये सब चीजें था. Componendo क्या है, dividendo क्या है, and all these things. बहुत लोग ये पढ़े भी होंगे. अगर भी याद नहीं है, so I hope this video will help you recollect. Okay, so don't focus on the names. Okay, focus on the operation part. Componendo हो कैसे रहा है? You are adding one on both sides and then componendo हो रहा है. You are subtracting one on both sides and then dividendo हो रहा है. Componendo and dividendo का ratio लोगे तो you do it together and so on. Then the next thing is comparison of ratios. One formula we had done. Let us look at the comparison of ratios in another way. So for, let us say I am taking a ratio a by b greater than 1 and x greater than 0. I can write a plus x by b plus x. Okay, a plus x by b plus x will be less than a by b. And a minus x by b minus x would be greater than a by b. कैसे? To take an example. Suppose I'll say a by b as 5 by 4 and I'll take x is equal to 1. So when you write 5 plus 1 by 4 plus 1, this is like 6 by 5, which is 1.2, and this is less than 5 by 4 because this is 1.25. So ये satisfy हो गया. And 5 minus 1 by 4 minus 1. So 4 by 3, this is greater than the original ratio 5 by 4. You don't need to mug up this. Okay, understand that ऐसा एक comparison है. All you need to do is just take a value of a by b and x को 1 ले लो या 2 ले लो, whichever is convenient to you, and then automatically will get the result. वहीं पे solve करके तुम्हें पता चल जाएगा. Just know that such kind of a comparison exists. Don't try to remember. Mathematics में you don't have to mug up anything. Try and understand how it works. तुम उसी instant उसको derive कर सकते हो. And similarly, for a by b less than 1 and x greater than 0, I can write a plus x by b plus x is greater than a by b. Just इसका उल्टा होगा. And a minus x by b minus x is less than a by b. Very simple concepts है. Maybe this rule would be new. इससे कभी कभार direct questions exam में आ जाता है. So for an example, तुम a by b को यहाँ पे 3 by 4 लो and x को 1 ले लो. So 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1, which is like 4 by 5. This is greater than 3 by 4. And 3 minus 1 by 4 minus 1, 2 by 3 is less than 3 by 4. So हो रहा है ये. Hope this is making sense, everyone. Kind of very simple and fundamental properties these are, but you need to know to be able to think on a question. You need to know this. तभी जाके बात बनेगा. All right. So comparison. Previous session में भी I had told you cross multiply करके कैसे compare करते हैं दो ratios को. This is another aspect of comparison of ratios. Operations on ratios हो गया. And then proportion and continued proportion हो गया. Let us see some questions. Let's take a look at this one. First one. In a tin, like it contains a mixture of milk and water in the ratio 7:3. ठीक है. तो ये एक यहाँ पे mixture of milk and water है in the ratio 7:3. So I can say ये 7 by 10 है, ये 3 by 10 है. Or you can say this is 7 parts and this is 3 parts. Out of 10 parts, milk is 7 parts. Out of 10 parts, water is 3 parts. ये container 1. There is another container 2 where milk and water are present in the ratio 5:4. So 5 by 9 and 4 by 9. मतलब मिल्क इज 5 पार्ट्स एंड वाटर इज 4 पार्ट्स। तो टोटल 9 पार्ट्स में से मिल्क इज 5 पार्ट्स, तो 5/9, एंड वाटर इज 4 पार्ट्स आउट ऑफ 9 पार्ट्स, तो 4/9. Now, as far as this question is concerned, it's a very easy question if you know how to solve it using alligation. But alligation अभी तक मैंने यहाँ पे पढ़ा नहीं है, so I'll not get into the alligation part. But if you know alligation, and you will find this question very easy to solve. 30 seconds में आंसर आ जाएगा. बट कैन वी सॉल्व दिस इवन इफ यू डोंट नो एलिगेशन? तो अभी तक जितना कॉन्सेप्ट पता है उसको यूज करके हो सकता है नहीं, वो देखते हैं. बट वंस यू रीड एलिगेशन, दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन शुड बी, एंड आइडियली एलिगेशन यूज करके ही सॉल्व करना चाहिए. बट यहाँ पे क्योंकि एलिगेशन नहीं पढ़ा है एंड थोड़ा इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो आवर क्लैरिटी ऑफ रेशियो विल इंप्रूव. दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव टेकन दिस क्वेश्चन. द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग ये दोनों टिन को इन व्हाट प्रोपोर्शन शुड द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दिस टू टिन्स बी मिक्स्ड. इनको किस रेशियो में मिक्स करो टू अचीव अ परफेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ 2:1 ऑफ मिल्क एंड वाटर. तो ये दोनों को तुम मिक्स करोगे एंड यू विल गेट अ रिजल्टेंट यहाँ पे मिल्क इज टू वाटर इज 2:1, और आई कैन से मिल्क इज 2/3 एंड वाटर इज 1/3. Now the purpose of taking this question is sometimes you will come across situations like this and you need to learn an approach. यहाँ पे a lot of people what they will take is let the ratio be A:B. ये एक स्टैंडर्ड अजम्पशन सबका रह जाता है कि लेट कौन से रेशियो में मिक्स करेंगे वो पूछ रहा है, तो लेट से A:B, फिर A/B निकाल लेंगे. बट दैट बिकम्स कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बिकॉज नाउ यू अज्यूम्ड 2 वेरिएबल्स. यू कुड हैव सॉल्व्ड इट टेकिंग 1 वेरिएबल. तो वो 1 वेरिएबल में कैसे लेके सॉल्व करेंगे रादर देन टेकिंग इन 2 वेरिएबल्स. एलिगेशन तो इसका बेटर मेथड है ही, बट अगर इसको रेशियो में करना है एंड एक ही वेरिएबल लेके करना है तो यू विल हैव टू लर्न दिस अप्रोच दैट आई विल टेक let they are mixed in the ratio x:1. x:1 मैंने A:B नहीं लिया, मतलब A:B कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज A/B:1. तो मैं ये A/B को x ले लिया, तो सो दैट अभी मेरे को एक ही वेरिएबल के बारे में वरी करना पड़ेगा. तो नाउ इफ यू लुक एट द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ मिल्क, इफ आई टेक ओनली मिल्क एंड सॉल्व, कोई एक एंटिटी लो. तो फर्स्ट एंटिटी में इट वाज 7/10 एंड x:1 मीन्स तुम x पार्ट्स ले रहे हो, x इंटू 7/10 प्लस 1 इंटू मिल्क यहाँ पे है 5/9 एंड टोटल डिवाइडेड बाय x प्लस 1 पार्ट. दिस इज द ओवरऑल प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ मिल्क विच इज सेम एज x, रिजल्टेंट में मिल्क टू वाटर इज 2/3. ओवरऑल मिल्क आना चाहिए तुम्हारा 2/3. समझ रहे हो? नाउ आई जस्ट नीड टू सॉल्व दिस, फिर आराम से मेरा आंसर आ जाएगा. इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो डायरेक्टली x आएगा. दैट्स अ बेटर मेथड एलिगेशन. आई एम रिपीटेडली सेइंग दिस. डोंट थिंक दैट ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर ऐसा करना चाहिए. आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू सो दैट यू लर्न दिस अप्रोच. कभी कभार कोई अलग क्वेश्चन में तुम x:1 लो rather than taking it as A:B, तो यू विल हैव टू वरी अबाउट वन लेस वेरिएबल. एक ही वेरिएबल में सॉल्व हो जाए. ओके, तो दिस इज 3 इंटू 7, तो ये 21/10x plus 5/9 into 3 is like 5/3 is equal to 2x plus 2. तो 21x/10 minus 2x तो आ जाएगा x/10 is equal to 1/3. So x is equal to 10/3. Hence the ratio is 10:3. समझ रहे हो? 10:3. एक बार x आ गया तो तुम्हारा रेशियो वैसे ही डायरेक्टली आ जाएगा 10:3. x 10/3 आया मतलब वो कितना है 10/3:1. तो 10/3:1 is nothing but 10:3. When you write 10/3:1, this is nothing but 10:3. तो एंड में वही हो गया A:B, but I could minimize my calculation by just taking it as x:1. So this is a approach. ये माइंड में रखना, ठीक है, while solving question. Let's come to this one. This was a previous CAT question. Proportion एक दिया है हमें, P plus Q by R is equal to Q plus R by P इज इक्वल टू पी प्लस आर बाय क्यू, दिस इज इक्वल टू के। एक प्रोपोर्शन दिया है हमें, तो कैसे सॉल्व करना है? नाउ दिस इज अ स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस व्हेनेवर यू सी प्रोपोर्शन। जब भी तुम्हें प्रोपोर्शन दिखेगा तो क्या करना है, ये एक कांस्टेंट के साथ इक्वेट करना है। तो यहाँ पे कांस्टेंट तो दिया हुआ है के, so I can write okay p plus q is equal to rk, q plus r is equal to pk, and p plus r is equal to qk. Then you add these three results, p plus q plus r plus p plus r. So I get twice of p plus q plus r. This is equal to k common p plus q plus r. I'll get this. Now a lot of people, what they do is they cancel out this p plus q plus r, p plus q plus r दोनों साइड में cancel out करते हैं. Do not cancel out. What you do is you take it as common. Okay, तो इसको तुम RHS में ले जाओ, k minus 2 into p plus q plus r, this is equal to 0. So that means either k is equal to 2 or p plus q plus r is equal to 0. Either of the two things can happen or both can happen. But यहाँ पे p plus q plus r cancel करके तुम k equal to 2 बोल रहे हो, not necessarily. What if k is not equal to 2, k 5 है, but p plus q plus r is equal to 0, वो भी तो possibility है. तो इसीलिए कभी directly cancel out मत करना. तो एक वैल्यू तो k का आ जाता है 2, but there is one other value p plus q plus r is equal to 0. उसको एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. If p plus q plus r is equal to 0, then q plus r is equal to minus p. Now look at this. K is equal to q plus r by p, so you get minus p by p minus 1. Hence I get two values of k. K is 2 or minus 1. Both are correct. But अगर cancel कर दोगे एक ही वैल्यू आएगा. तो 2 और minus 1. Sorry, ये typing mistake यहाँ पर. It is either option 2 or 3. I'll go with this. Option 2 भी है, 3 है. Both are correct. Okay. Simple question, and this is a previous CAT question. Proportion में ये question था. Let's come to this one. Vrinda divided some chocolates among her 3 sons. Son 1, son 2 and son 3. Such that for every 4 chocolates that her eldest son got, her second son got 3 chocolates. तो eldest को जब 4 मिल रहा है, second को 3 मिल रहा है. And for every 2 chocolates that her second son got, the third son is getting 3 chocolates. तो ओवरऑल रेशियो निकालने के लिए तुम ये 3 and 2 को सेम करो, write it as 6. Common link. That means what is ratio? I said it is a comparison tool. तो सन 1 का सन 2 के साथ कंपैरिजन है, सन 2 का सन 3 के साथ कंपैरिजन है. तो तीनों को अगर एक साथ कंपेयर करना है तो व्हाट टू डू, व्हाटएवर इज द कॉमन लिंक यू मेक इट सेम. सन 2 यहाँ पे 3 पार्ट्स है, यहाँ पे 2 पार्ट्स है, तो मेक इट 6 पार्ट्स. So when 3 becomes 6 डबल हुआ तो 4 will become 8, and when 2 becomes 6 ट्रिपल हुआ तो 3 will become 9. So the overall ratio is 8:6:9. Now just answer the question. If her second son got 12 chocolates, second son is 6, so ये 8x, 6x and 9x. So if 6x is equal to 12, so I get x is equal to 2. Then find the total number of chocolates received by the other 2 sons. So son 1 and son 3, कितना chocolates they received? 17x. So 17 into 2, you get 34. A very basic question. See, whenever you are starting your preparation, always start with these fundamental questions. Try and learn the chapter, learn the concepts, learn how to apply those concepts in simple questions. Don't get carried away by these thoughts. Is this CAT level or not? CAT level. What is CAT level? First of all, what is CAT level? Who has defined that? No one. And some people have this assumption that all difficult questions from a chapter come in CAT. Not like that. The design of the CAT exam maybe is difficult, it is challenging and mentally tiring and very rigorous. You need lots of practice and proper strategy and everything is needed. That doesn't mean CAT always has difficult questions. The challenge is to find easy questions amongst the pool of questions and pick them and not waste my time in difficult questions. So CAT is a mix of easy, moderate and difficult questions. So never have this thought process that easy है तो इसको करेंगे नहीं. If I have understood a chapter, मुझे moderate questions भी easy लगेंगे, difficult question moderate लगेगा. And what is difficult? When you say something is difficult, what is, you are not able to solve, does it mean it becomes difficult? That's a very vague way of like addressing the issue. Difficult, so why is it difficult? If I have understood the concept, why does a question become difficult? When does it become difficult? How does it become difficult? And is it lengthy or is it difficult? Or is it a mix of two, three concepts? Or is there any approach which I absolutely had no idea about? Why and what is it making that difficult? Because if you don't introspect and understand things in this way, in exam, how will you take a call that in 30 seconds should I solve this question or not? 10 seconds, 30 seconds we both बोल दिया. You read the question and you have to decide, should I invest my time in this question or not? How to do that? It's easier said than done. And maybe that is the reason why people are not even able to solve 10, 12 questions out of 22 questions. Because 99% अगर उतने में आ रहा है तो सोचो कितने लोग less than 10, 11 questions कर रहे होंगे एग्जाम में out of 22 questions. So what is the reason? What is possibly going wrong for them? Because questions, so anyways, every exam 12, 13 questions, maybe 10 questions तो minimum easy questions थे ही, and बाकी 4-5 question moderate भी हो गए. तो if you just solve easy moderate again, you'll get 15 questions from there. But still people are not able to solve even easy questions. So what is going wrong? That is why whenever you read a chapter, first prioritize on understanding, having absolute clarity, solve variety of questions, and don't discriminate that easy or difficult. You focus on how the concepts are being applied. Solve every possible question. Then you'll see that growth is happening. Your ability to think on question, it is going up. Okay, and gradually you will reach there. Okay. All right, let us take this. When Bridges was asked about his score in the last classroom test, in which the maximum marks were 50, maximum marks is 50, तो Bridges क्या reply किया? The ratio of 15 less than my score, let his score is x, so 15 less than his score to 15 more than 3 times my score, this is 1:5. बस अभी solve कर लो. 5x minus 75 is equal to 3x plus 15, so you get 2x is equal to 90, x is equal to 45. It's a very simple, easy one, this question is. Okay, nothing much to think about this, pretty direct question. Let's come to this question. This is a very, very, very good question. So A said to B, I am 4 times as old as you were when I was as old as you are now. It's a little confusing statement if you look at it. So I am 4 times as old as you were when I was as old as you are now. Now if the sum of their present ages is 78, then find the present age of A. So when this question is being discussed, two aspects are being discussed. Present and past के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. So let us say A का present age is A and B का present age is B. A का present age is A and B का present age is B. So A is saying I am 4 times as old as you were. मतलब B का present age के साथ वो compare नहीं कर रहे. Past age. Which past? Now when I was as old as you are now. So basically A B को बोल रहा है when I was your age. मतलब जब A को B years हुआ था तो B को कितना years हुआ था? How do you get this? When A was, यहाँ पे वेरिएबल से तो थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग हो रहा होगा बट एंड में यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. जब A को B years हुआ था तो दिस शुड हैव हैपेंड A minus B years ago. तो B को भी उतना साल पीछे लाओ. तो व्हाट इज द एज ऑफ B? B minus A minus B. So it is 2B minus A. For an example, just for an example's sake, I'll say present age of A is, let us say, 50, and B ka let us say is 30. So when A was 30, तो B कितना था? A 20 years back था. How do you get that 20 years? वो 20 years आ कैसे रहा है? 50 minus 30 किए A minus B. So if A is going back 20 years, B will also go back 20 years. Now A will say, I am 5 times as old as you were when I was as old as you are now. This is how the game is happening. I am, my present age is 5 times your past age. Which past? Now when I was as old as you are now. तो ये एग्जाम्पल में ये 5 टाइम्स है, हमें सॉल्व करना है 4 टाइम्स का. So in this equation, if we're taking, let the present age of A is A and B is B, when A was B years old, which happened A minus B years ago, तो B को भी उतना साल पीछे लोगे. So as per the statement, A is 4 times 2B minus A. So you get 5A is equal to 8B, or A is to B is like 8 is to 5. So A is like 8 parts and B is like 5 parts. Total उनका 13 parts है. So if 13 parts is equal to 78, so 1 part is equal to 6. Hence the present age of A, which is 8 parts. So 8 into 6, 48 years. That is the answer. Calculation wise it is simple, but logically tricky, this question. You will have to decode the statement in a proper way, else confusing हो सकता है. Okay, it's a very good question on ratio. I hope all of you got an idea how to like understand and break down this question. ठीक है, वो क्वेश्चन को ब्रेक डाउन कैसे करोगे, वो भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल सेट है. ऑल राइट. नाउ दिस इज अ बैच अनाउंसमेंट. 0 to Zenith Batch रिसेंटली स्टार्ट हुआ था, एंड ये परफेक्ट स्कोर बैच फॉर रिपीटर्स जो कैट फिर से रिपीट कर रहे होगे. जनवरी 16 से अ न्यू बैच इज स्टार्टिंग. So you can join these batches. और एक GDPI का 10th January से 2022 people, the people who are preparing for GDPI, you can join this batch and you can use my code to get a subscription. अभी 25% discount you will get till 18th of Jan. So anyone who is planning for subscription, depending on your requirement, plus हो या iconic हो, you can take a subscription. Do not forget to use my code and get a 25% discount before 18th Jan. ठीक है. So that is it from my end for this session. Thank you all for joining. Hope you guys liked the class and got some insights on ratio, and keep practicing more from the ratio topic. It's a fundamental topic, but we need a lot of practice to get hold of the approach and how to like think on the questions and everything. We'll continue with more sessions on the channel. So do subscribe to the Unacademy CAT-alyst channel and like the video, share it with your friends.